Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you today, enjoying a nice day at work. Yesterday was one of the funnest days that I've had in a long time. Very, very fun heading out to Stockton, California to see WWE live. A lot of people always ask me about why I always go to the Stockton shows instead of the Sacramento shows. Honestly, I always have to work on Saturdays, and it seems that's the day that they like to come to Sacramento. The last few times it's been on Saturday, so I've had fun heading down to Stockton. It's only, I don't know, it feels like about an hour drive. It's a good little hustle down there, and it's a good little hustle back. I would much rather do it at Arco Arena where it's only a 10-minute away, but I have fun going down there to Stockton. Anybody who is watching this video who lives in Stockton, you guys have a very nice, beautiful arena, very good place to see some wrestling, and I was very lucky enough to score some front row tickets right next to the VIP people. They were good people to hang around for the price of the VIP. They got a Rey Mysterio autographed 8x10, which obviously wasn't done in front of them. It was shipped in. But they got to meet the Usos. They got to meet shit. I can't remember. They met three people. One of them being the Usos. It was a tag team. So two other singles. I want to say it was Sin Cara and I want to say it was Sheamus, but I'm not 100% sure on who that was. Show opened up with Sheamus against Cesaro for the United States Championship. Awesome match. We've seen this on Monday Night Raw a few times, and it's always been a good one. They played a good little part to the match where it was Sheamus was trying to lock up with Cesaro, but he kept on dancing around him in a circle pretty much. Sheamus went back to the corner and finally was like, well, you just do your thing, and then we'll come out there and we'll wrestle when you want to. They wrestled around, two big dudes hitting each other about as hard as they can. Always fun to see that. And then basically Sheamus hit the bro kick. He got the win for the 1-2-3. Obviously, they weren't going to change the United States Championship on a house show in Stockton. But it's always fun. You always got to make believe when you're watching these matches. I always try to forget that they're title matches and just go along with the flow. And it goes from there. It goes to Sin Cara against Fandango. Basically, the match was just what you thought it was going to be. Sin Cara came off the top rope. He beats Fandango. Out came Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas came out there to greet him and give him the thumbs up. Go to shake his hand. When he went to shake his hand, Bo Dallas attacked him. He said he did this in order to show Sin Cara what it was like to make it to the top and then also get dropped down to the bottom. Out comes R-Truth for the rapping promo where he raps all the way around the ring. He gets into there. It starts a R-Truth versus Bo Dallas match, which R-Truth gets the win. And then he did his little the Bo Dallas victory lap around the ring. Nothing really that great. It was just a roll-up with R-Truth even grabbing Bo Dallas' tights for the 1-2-3. Next match was Usos versus the Wyatts versus Big E and Kofi, who had Xavier Woods with them. They played babyface during the match, so I guess they still have them together on house shows. We haven't seen anything on TV with these guys since they sort of came together and they had a match on Main Event. I don't know what they're waiting on to do this. A lot of people are thinking that maybe R-Truth will join this stable. A lot of people are thinking that Mark Henry might join this stable, but at least it's still working on house shows. It's going to be good once it does. Usos came out for the first people to walk down the ramp. They were doing the Usos chant. They do during their intro. And they were attacked by the Wyatts. The Wyatts brought them down to ringside, and they just pretty much killed them. Kofi and Big E made the save, and the match started from there. It was a long tag team match before the Usos ever even popped up off of the mat in order to get back into it. I thought it was pretty cool. The match was so long that I honestly forgot the Usos were in it. I just thought it was Big E, Kofi against the Wyatts, and all of a sudden the Usos came busting in there like it was a hot tag attacking everybody. Usos came off the top rope. They got the win. WWE went to intermission. A good little break during the show for everybody to go run and get another Coke and some nachos. Go to the bathroom. They come back, and it's Rosa Mendez comes down, and she's the special guest diva referee. And then they had been teasing for us to vote if we were going to have a diva dance-off or if we were going to have a diva tag team match. It ended up being a tag team match 1, and everybody was sort of wondering why they were doing the teams sort of weird. It was Layla and Alicia Fox. One's a babyface, one's a heel on TV, going up against Nikki and Emma. Nikki, just became probably the biggest diva heel there is, with attacking her sister at SummerSlam, and here she is still playing a babyface during the whole match. Ends up that I believe it was Nikki got the pin on Alicia Fox, 1, 2, 3 for the win. They played the Bellas theme, and everybody got up and danced around. And then Nikki asked for them to play the Emma theme, so everybody could do the Emma dance. And after about 30 seconds of Emma doing the old Nikki jumped her from behind, hit the big Nikki finisher on her, and everybody actually popped for it. It was actually one of the things people were the loudest for all night long, even more loud than they were for Cena later in the show, which I don't know if Nikki likes the fact that she's getting cheered for beating people up and people are behind her, or if she's pissed that she's supposed to be the biggest heel, getting huge boos. And I didn't even hear the kids booing during this whole deal. Then we go to Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. This was the match of the night. Miz came down delivering a promo, thanking everybody, making sure they knew that he was a huge movie star. He comes out in this sort of white, sort of suit jacket, and then also has these white pants to make him look like a total douchebag. The white pants end up being like Adidas sort of, ripped pants, but he takes forever to rip them off, almost to the point of where he's stripping in the corner for the people in the crowd. Ziggler came down, and he just sort of was, playing around. Ziggler got the win with a zigzag here. It was a long, probably at least 10-minute match. Whole lot of action back and forth. Miz was working the knee over. He banged it against the turnbuckle about 3 times. Put the figure 4 on him. Ziggler was able to get out of it, but it seems to be there's a lot of talk about Dolph Ziggler and his knee on the internet. It seems to be the blow up of everybody thinking that he was injured. Basically, it looked like where his knee pad would be. He had some sort of a cut. There was some blood coming down there. It wasn't a lot, and it wasn't a little. So it was like medium amount. Dolph undid his boot. He took it about halfway off, and he went out and he went around the crowd. He did pictures. I don't know if he did autographs or not, but he hugged some people, and he high-fived all the people in the front row on one half of the arena. If he's hurt, I don't see him doing that. Even if he is the Intercontinental Champion babyface. If he's hurt, I see him getting to the back. The ref put the X up. The ref put the gloves on. I think he's fine. Put a Band-Aid on there, and Dolph Ziggler's going to go out there, and he's going to have a good match anytime he gets the chance. Main event was a street fight. We had Corporate Kane going up against John Cena. Pretty fun stuff in this one. One of the big spots was they set the ring steps up in the aisleway that they come down, and they stood them up almost like, if you can remember how Bray Wyatt, sort of put the tombstone down on Kane at SummerSlam the year before in the Inferno match, where they were standing up on its corners. They're seeming to do a big spot where they slingshotted Cena into the steps and he ran into them. It didn't look like a bad spot, but I'm sure all the kids, thought it was the biggest spot they'd ever seen, because basically when he ran into him, the steps fell over. They made a big boom and made a whole lot of noise throughout the arena. They set up a table in the ring. Kane ended up knocking out of the ring. He ended up going out and getting another table and brought that one in there. That one ended up paying up with Cena hitting the attitude adjustment on Kane through there, 1, 2, 3. Not a big surprise, but it was fun to see this match. Cena was selling the injuries from the Brock Lesnar match. A few times he tried to pick Kane up and just basically fell over because he just was selling that he was just beat up on the inside. But it's always fun to go to these shows. There was a kid sitting in the second row, made my night. He was a Miz fan and he was a Cena fan more than anything else. My buddy Victor lifted him over into the front row so he could be there. Cena threw him an armband, and that kid lit up like it was the 4th of July. He thought that was the coolest thing he'd ever see. I love going to house shows. I hope you guys like going to house shows. Make sure you go out there. They don't waste your time. There's no boring promos. There's no boring segments in the back. You don't have Jericho highlight reels or anything like that. It's just flat out, I guess the show was probably like 2 hours, maybe like 2.5. Wrestling. Wrestling. That's why I'm a wrestling fan. Most people bitching and complaining about Impact, Raw, and SmackDown, that there's not enough wrestling on there, and they don't like the hokey angles, and they don't like seeing John Cena go over all the time. Well, go to these damn house shows, and you're gonna have fun every time. I guarantee it. Peace out. I don't know when my next show is going to be. I hope it's not all the way until WrestleMania in Santa Clara. I'm hoping maybe WWE will come through California again. Maybe I'll have to go out to Oakland. Maybe I'll have to go down to Stockton again. December time. I know they're in Anaheim. They said they were going to have a house show at the Staples Center around Christmas during their holiday tour. So maybe I'll be able to fit that in. Thank you very much, everybody. Click 31 coming to Santa Clara. Peace out.